My name is Shakirat, and this is the story of how I fell in love with a bandit. It was a normal evening in my secondary school, Skoku Secondary School. We were having an extra lesson, and I couldn't wait to get home and leave the grasp of my chemistry teacher, Mrs. Shakirat, when suddenly I started hearing screams and gunshots from a distance. Immediately, I knew what it was. My teacher and peers were already looking through the window curiously, and some were already panicking and crying. I didn't know what to do, and my mind ran to the various advice I had heard. I sat on my chair, my heart beating fast as I considered my options. Should I run or should I stay? I knew I must not be captured because I knew my parents wouldn't pay any dime of a ransom for me, especially my dad, who wanted a male son but got 6 girls instead. My teacher, Mrs. Shakirat, tried to calm us down and told us to be quiet and hide under our tables. She told us to wait patiently for her as she went to find out where the shooters were located. She snuck out of the class, and after some minutes, the shooting and screaming got louder. We waited for a few minutes, which felt like hours, and she didn't still return. I knew what this meant, and I knew staying in the class was like we serving ourselves to the devourers on a platter of party jollof rice. I decided to run out of the class. I jumped out of the window, and my friends and classmates all looked at me, scared to move. I ran very fast, moving like the wind, fast but quiet and precise, almost like I had experienced what was happening many times before. I hid in the side of the school toilet, using the tall dry grasses to mask my movement. Soon I heard the screams of my classmates, mostly the girls screaming with some shots fired, and the noise went into silence, a long silence that made my legs shake. After a few minutes, all I heard was the strange silence. Only the crickets were bold enough to shout, and the sound, the wind buzzing like an unbothered passerby. Those were the only sounds I heard. Then suddenly I felt a cold tap on my neck. It didn't feel like a hand, it felt like a cold metal, and I knew without a doubt what was behind me. I turned around slowly and saw a young boy almost in my age range, pointing a gun at me. I was shaking with confirmation of a new reality I was about to enter, scared and panicking. I turned around and I looked into his eyes. My legs began to shake as I saw the mask. He looked young but wildly dangerous. He also looked confident, like he had done this 1,000 times. I begged him, pleading with him to leave me alone. I explained with rushing words my family conditions to him, and after my tears and begging, he seemed to quietly understand me, slightly changing expressions with empathy. He lowered his weapon slowly and looked at me, telling me to stay calm with his hand. Suddenly, someone called for him from a distance behind, and he turned back to communicate with the other person. I knew this was an opportunity to do something to rescue myself because